As we talked last Friday, uh, getting started with these clone videos or this clone project, I want to take a look back at some work that was done, I believe it was about 2 years ago. In this case, it had Jushea Jackson and Colin Mastrangelo, and the project that I have from them, and I have their entire cloning event. Inside that event, I have all the media, all the video clips, the attempts that they made at this, and talk about some of the challenges they faced and how they were able to execute this project. So in doing so, I need to make sure I'm opening their cloning project. And if I take a look at the first couple clips, the first clip, Jushea throws a pass down to Colin, and then Colin comes back and they stop the camera. They tried to do this then in clip 4. They took a second attempt at this, and when I saw the video at this point, I told them, again, you have to do the entire clone, both instances of yourself in both positions in one take. And so what you'll see here on take 5 is that Jushea throws it down to Colin, then they switch spots, and then they do the exact same thing once again from the opposite location. And while Colin is standing out of the frame at the second half here, Jushea is in a good spot for the completion of this clone. As I had mentioned with lighting, if you get a super flat, evenly cloudy day, this may work out for you. And they had a very evenly, the clouds were a very even cloud cover. And yet, when we go to the edit, I'll point out that you can still see a little bit of the variation in this outside lighting, even though they did have a very good day to attempt this outside. Now, if I come down to the project, the cloning project, what they've done is they've compounded the clip. So they selected both and they turned this into a compounded clip. So it looks like one media file, one video. That is not the case. If you double click on this, it opens into the elements that make up that compound clip. And you can see that clip 5, there's two versions or two portions of it here. And when I look at this, or when I scrub over top of it, it's just showing that clip 5 is the catching and throwing back of the football from this instance of Jushea. And what they've done is they've trimmed off the left portion, and then beneath that will play clip 4, in which Jushea throws the football. In order to keep this effect alive, they also realize they have to throw the football off camera, so that way they can kind of edit the two clips together. So Jushea throws it up and out of the frame, and when it drops back in, it's in a separate instance on the other half of the screen. And while this is a very, very good edit, I can still see, as it's playing, the seam in the sky here, which is moving throughout their video, because there's a slight variation in the cloud cover up there. Unless you're looking for it, you probably won't see it. Otherwise, they had a pretty good take on this clone effect. They provided some purpose to it. It was an interesting catch with themselves. There was no dialogue, but again, I just wanted to show you what a viable project would be, and this one had some unique challenges trying to get the football to appear to be thrown to themselves.